Unpopular opinion, you have to spend a fortune to make great music. That's BS. Making music at home is easy if you have the desire to do it. No more excuses, no more delays. Just watch this video and I'll break it all down to show you where to go, what to use, and if you stay to the end, I have a great offer waiting just for you. By the end, you will have everything required to make your first track for next to nothing. Are you ready? Let's go. Your DAW. Before we get too far, let's cover the most important piece of software you need. A digital audio workstation, or DAW. This is basically your recording studio program for capturing, arranging and mixing audio. Now, there are many DAWs available and they all have varying strengths and weaknesses and price points. If you look in the description, I will include a PDF you can download for free which covers the most common ones, giving you details of what they are best suited for and where to find them. It really depends on what music you want to create and how comfortable you are with software. For instance, Fruity Loops just allows you to get straight down to creating songs, but if you want more control, you might opt for something else. Personally, I use Persona Studio One and Adobe Audition, but Ableton Live offer a great DAW for free, as does GarageBand, and Reaper is great value for money at just $60 with a long trial period of 60 days. With even just a free DAW, you already have the core tools to record audio, program drums and synths, arrange sections and more, all without paying a penny. And they come with all the effects you need to make your music sound great. Now, it all depends how serious you are and if you have any spare cash to play with. You often find the free options have some limitations and the more expensive ones are more powerful, but that is a choice you'll have to make. All the options have trial versions available, so why not just download a few and see how they feel? You'll soon know if you like them or not, and unpopular opinion is, there is no right or wrong. Whatever allows you to make the music you want to make is the right tool for you. Look at the White Stripes, for instance. Drums, guitar and a vocal, and they made it all the way. It was the quality of the songs that mattered. But that's enough about DAWs. Check out my guide for more detailed info and let's move on. Affordable mic options. With our free DAW installed, we've got the software side covered. But what about actually recording audio? That's where microphones come in. This piece of kit is critical for singers, rappers, voiceover artists, and even when sampling external sounds. But mics can get pricey, unless you know what to look for. The first category is USB mics. Super easy to use and relatively affordable. Just a single USB cable to your computer and you're recording vocals, instruments, podcasts, you name it. Some of the pros with this are, they are inexpensive. You can just start making good and acceptable recordings straight away. They're fast to set up. You just plug and start recording. Preamps and converters are all built into the microphone, so there's no need for additional hardware. And they're easy to travel with. But some of the cons can be, you can only use it with a computer. The sound cannot be enhanced with a preamp. The analog to digital converters are built into USB microphones and they're usually of inferior quality to dedicated audio interfaces. Having USB in a mic means it has a digital interface. These things can break down, deeming the mic useless. Monitoring problems. You don't have functions such as direct monitoring, which can be found on many audio interfaces, and they're not future-proof. Now, they can start from just £10 and go up to several hundreds and more. If you want to step it up, check out XLR mics like the legendary Shure SM57 and 58, and you will get more professional broadcast quality sound. The thing is, you'll also need a separate audio interface to connect a mic like this, as it is XLR, not USB. We'll look at those next, but again, dynamic mics can be found for under a tenner, especially if you look at second-hand markets. A solid workhouse like the Shure SM58 can usually be found for under 100 and has been used by many famous artists for everything from studio to live performance. Then you've got condenser mics, which are extremely sensitive, great for vocals and acoustic instruments. The Audio-Technica AT2020 is a popular, affordable option in this category, coming in at under £100 again. But if you search, you can find cheaper options and also second-hand versions where you can get some amazing deals. At the end of the day, USB mics win for ease of use and affordability when you're just getting started, but having an interface opens up so many more options down the road. Now, I did a microphone shootout a while back, so I'll be sure to link it in the description below, but don't worry, you can always start with the budget version and then upgrade in the future. Audio interfaces. Okay, we've covered microphones for recording audio into your DAW, but what if you want to level up and use pro-grade XLR mics or record external instruments? That's where an audio interface comes in. It is in effect the bridge between your analog mic instrument signals and your computer's digital audio workstation. It converts analog to digital, and people often refer to it as such. Affordable interfaces have 1 or 2 mic preamps with XLR and quarter-inch combo inputs. This means you can plug in your mic or connect a guitar, bass, synth, basically any line instrument with a quarter-inch cable. The interface converts it to clean digital audio for your DAW recordings, and with this you can capture everything you need, from your voice to the DI of an instrument where you just plug it in, or by putting a mic in front of the amp or instrument itself, such as with acoustic instruments. Some of the pros might be you can expand your microphone options to XLR and condenser versions. You can record external instruments and sources. You get clean preamps and AD conversion, and it can be portable for mobile recording. Having an interface opens up a world of new recording possibilities beyond just a USB mic directly into your computer, but they do add extra cost. Some of the cons are the added investment. They can start quite cheap but quickly get very pricey. You have more cabling and inputs to manage, and the drivers and setup can be tricky for beginners. Still, if you plan on getting serious about recording, an interface is a wise investment that will serve you well into the future. Just start with an affordable 1 or 2 channel option, and then you can upgrade. If you want to record a full drum kit or several instruments or vocals at the same time though, you'll need to step up a level and get something with more inputs. Personally, I have a cheap 2-channel audio interface for my internet and video editing computer that cost me about 40 quid and plugged in via USB. Nice and easy. But on the computer in my recording studio, I have a rack mount unit by RME which cost about £1,000, which has 8 channels and connects to another rack unit via ADAT cable, which is the external part of my sound card, which costs several £1,000s. I then have a secondary rack unit with another 8 channels for when I'm recording drums alongside other musicians and need a bit more headroom. By breaking down the benefits, connections and budget pricing of audio interfaces, you're equipping yourself to be able to decide if and when an interface might fit your musical goals. Studio monitoring. With our DAW, microphones and potentially an audio interface squared away, we've got the recording side covered. But to make quality mixes, you need legit monitoring gear so you can accurately hear what is going on. If you do not hear a true representation of the audio you are working on, then your mixes will not sound their best when others listen to them, and that can give them a bad impression of your abilities. For the full experience, you'll want a pair of studio monitors designed with flat frequency response to reveal what your mix actually sounds like. Now, I could play you back an A/B example to demonstrate, but your speakers or headphones would just cloud the issue anyway. Quality monitors don't flatter or hype any frequencies, which is crucial for balanced mixing and mastering. Some of the pros of studio monitors are flat, honest sound for mixing, stereo imaging. You can feel the bass and dynamics properly, but some of the cons of studio monitors are They are expensive for decent models. They require room treatment for accurate monitoring, and they are much less portable than headphones. Of course, a good set of studio monitors is an investment for the future. Before dropping serious cash, a budget-friendly place to start might be studio headphones designed for mixing with a relatively flat response. Compared to computer speakers or Beats-style consumer headphones that hype bass and treble, studio headphones give you a truer representation of your mix. Some of the pros of studio headphones are they are affordable, they are portable and very easy to set up, and they isolate you from your room acoustics. Some of the cons of studio headphones though, you have no sense of the true stereo imaging that you're creating, and they can cause fatigue over long sessions, and you will still need to test on speakers eventually. While studio monitors provide the most accurate studio monitoring, an affordable pair of studio headphones is an excellent start for mixing and referencing your music properly. And if you're recording acoustic instruments or vocals, a good set of headphones will help you monitor and track accurately and easily, and also reduce the bleed that leaks onto your tracks. Bleed is when you get unwanted sound on a track. Say you are recording vocals and listening to the track on speakers. The sound from the speakers will also be captured, and that is not what you want. It will make mixing more difficult. The same happens to an extent with what are called open back headphones instead of closed back headphones. They let some of the sound leak out to give a better listening experience. I'm sure you have all heard someone listening to music that you are forced to listen to as well because it is leaking into the environment. Just avoid using things like computer speakers, gaming headsets or Bluetooth speakers which colour and distort the sound. Your mixes will thank you, I swear. Conclusion. Alright, that covers all the affordable basics for starting your music production journey today without spending an arm and a leg. Whether you go with just a free DAW, add in a budget USB mic, some studio headphones, or piece together a full recording rig, the most important thing is simply taking that first step. And don't get it twisted. Cheap does not have to mean cheap sounding. With the right techniques and creativity, you can make incredible music with very humble setups. Speaking of budget gear, I've got an exciting video series planned where I'll be testing and comparing some really cheap versus expensive equipment head to head. So watch out. And so you don't miss out those gear shootouts and other money-saving music production tips. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. While you're at it, show this video some love by smashing that like button and leave a comment letting me know what's the next affordable music making topic you want me to cover. Whether you're just starting with a laptop and determination or ready to piece together a basic home rig, there's never been more opportunities to make your musical dreams happen on a budget. So no more stalling, no more excuses, start producing today.